Hey everybody, Harry here with another boring ass video that nobody watches, except for my friends, that's all that matters. But I like doing these anyways, just to let everybody know what I watch. Maybe it'll influence you to watch some of these films, maybe not. Anyways, good bathroom watching. So, had to do these on Tuesday. I tried to do them like on Saturday after Bob, so I wouldn't compete with him, whatever. Like I'm going to compete with Bob on anything, but anyways, I've had to do these on my days off. So today's my days off. Tuesday and Wednesdays are my days off. So that's why I wind up doing them this time. So last week I finished off watching. I finished off with Django Unchained. Now I watched 1917 on March 30th. World War One picture. Got it on Blu-ray. The wife picked it up. Know my love of history. Very, very good film. Really well done. Really done. Directed by Sam Mendes. Has George McKay, Dean Charles Chapman in it, Mark Strong, Andrew Scott, Richard Madden, Colin Firth, Benedict Cumberbatch is in it. Story about two soldiers that start out. They have to send a message, go across the front lines into German territory to deliver a message for them to stop an invasion. And it's sort of done where it's like it's all in one shot, continuous. Really well. Here we go. Really well done. I gave that one 4 stars out of 5. I don't know why I didn't give it 5. It was really the cinematography was really good on it. There's some blood and guts, not much. But it was a really well made film. I really enjoyed that. That and Dunkirk really well. Wish they would have done the new Midway like that, but some people like the new Midway. I didn't. All the CGI just took it out for me there. Then on March 31st, I watched a Ingmar Bergman movie called The Silence. I gave that 4.5 stars. Really well done. Car going by, truck. Starring Ingrid Thulin, Gunnar Lindblom, Birger Malmsteen, and came out in 1963. Traveling through an unnamed European country on the brink of war, sickly, intellectual Esther, her sister Anna, and Anna's young son Johann check into a near-empty hotel. Basic inability to communicate amongst the three seems only to worsen during their stay. Anna provokes her sister by enjoying a dalliance with a local man, while the boy, left to himself, has a series of enigmatic encounters that heighten the growing air of isolation. Very good film. Black and white film. There's nudity in it. So I was kind of surprised to see because I wasn't expecting it. But there's nudity, a sex scene, a couple of sex scenes. Anyways, that's The Silence. I gave that 4.5 stars at Mark Bergman. Next thing I watched was we picked up the Rise of Skywalker Blu-ray, and on there was a documentary called The Skywalker Legacy, and watched that, and it has the whole cast, goes from the documentary, goes through, the original 77 through all of, even some of the prequels. It's like over 2 hours long. It's a full-length documentary. Pretty decent. I gave it 3 stars. But that should be on if you have the Rise of Skywalker Blu-ray or 4K. It'll be on there, so it's a decent watch. Like I said, it's not like one of those 14-minute featurettes. It's a 2-hour long documentary. Next thing I watched, which I got on Blu-ray, going um, going through a Tarantino kick now, and now I'm going through a Chuck Norris kick because I haven't seen any of his movies in years. I'm not a big fan of his, but I'm rewatching some of his films, um, just kind of for nostalgia's sake. And so I found on Amazon Marketplace, I found the Delta Force on Blu-ray for $4.88. So I said, well, why not? I'll take a shot. So I got the Delta Force from 1986, loosely based on what happened in 1984 or 85. TWA plane was hijacked and landed in Lebanon, and they took hostages, and then they separated the hostages, and they killed a Navy sailor on there, which happened then in real life, and so this is same thing happens in this movie here. Just a good action popcorn movie. It has Chuck Norris, Lee Marvin, Shelley Winters, Martin Balsam, Joey Bishop, Robert Forster, Lanny Kazane, George Kennedy plays a priest. Just a bunch of actors in it. Robert Vaughn. Robert Forster plays an Arab, one of the Arab terrorists in the film. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's a good popcorn action film from 1986, and it was good to rewatch that again after so many years. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Then I watched first movie I ever ordered on Twilight Time. It was called Twilight Time DVD Blu-ray. The Fortune Cookie from 1966 with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, their first pairing. Whiplash Willie. If you're in England, it was called Whiplash Willie. And I gave that one 4 stars. Jack Lemmon plays a cameraman for CBS, and he was at a football game, Cleveland Browns football game, and he gets hit by another football player and falls over a tarpaulin and winds up in the hospital. Whiplash Willie, played by Walter Matthau, is a ambulance chasing lawyer. So he cocks up this scheme to get millions for Jack Lemmon, and of course for himself to pocket his money. So this is what I watched. The Fortune Cookie with directed by Billy Wilder. I give that one 4 stars. Next one I watched was The Lavender Hill Mob for 1951. Alec Guinness film. Directed by Charles Crichton. Ealing Studios in the UK produced this. Starring Stanley Holloway. I remember him from My Fair Lady. Sid James, Alfie Bass. Oh my goodness! Audrey Hepburn has a cameo role in the beginning of the film, like it's one of her first movie roles, and Robert Shaw is also in it. It's his feature film debut. He's in towards the end of the film, and it's about this man who works at a bank, and he come up with a scheme to rob gold, and made him into the Eiffel Towers as souvenirs. And it's a black comedy. It's pretty darn good. I loved watching it. It's the first time watching it. I thought I had watched it before, but I guess I did, and 'cause I didn't remember any of it. So, Lavender Hill Mob, Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then I watched a 1966 film called The Professionals. I bought that on Blu-ray because I had never seen it when we did my 1966 year last week. I found it on Amazon and purchased it and watched it. Pretty good movie. Sort of like The Magnificent Seven. They hired to go to Mexico to rescue a guy's wife who has been kidnapped by a Mexican bandit played by Jack Palance. Star film. The main cast is Burt Lancaster, Lee Marvin, Robert Ryan, Woody Strode. They're the four characters that go into Mexico. Jack Palance is the bandito. Claudia Cardinal is the femme fatale. Ralph Bellamy is the husband who wants his wife back. Very good film. Not that long. Well, it's about 2 hours long. Directed by Richard Brooks. Manly man film, definitely. And it was good to see Woody Strode in the film. Gonna look him up and see what other films he's done. Might go on a tangent of Woody Strode films. I know he's in Spartacus. Then I watched or rented this on Amazon Prime. Yeah, streamers, right? Lone Wolf McQuade, Chuck Norris film from 1983. Has David Carradine in it, Barbara Carrera, L.Q. Jones, R.G. Armstrong. Another fun popcorn film, 1983. Lone Wolf McQuade is a Texas Ranger, and he's chasing David Carradine down because they kidnapped his daughter, and he's trying to get his daughter back and his girlfriend, and fun popcorn film, three stars. Then last night I watched an Al Pacino film that was on Amazon Prime called Danny Collins. Watched that. I had Al Pacino, Annette Bening, Jennifer Garner, Bobby Cannavale, Christopher Plummer in it. It was from 2015. He's based on a story, true story. It says here, a letter from John Lennon changed his life. An aging rock star decides to change his life when he discovers a 40-year-old letter written to him by John Lennon, which he based on a true story on another artist who had a bad lifestyle, had a son that he never really dealt with, and then comes into his life. It was pretty decent, good film. I really enjoyed it. That's on Amazon Prime. It's called Danny Collins. And then, over a couple of days after I watch a movie, I've been watching this episode of this Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness. That's on Netflix. James obviously didn't like it. A lot of other people like it. I was fascinated by it. I wouldn't say just how crazy these people are. Tiger animal people. Makes you think twice before you go to this here. But it's a documentary, and it's 7 episodes long. And hold on, my granddaughter called me. So anyways, murder for hire. So anyways, I gotta go. The grandchildren are calling me, and this is going on for nearly 14 minutes. So thank you for not watching. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Wash your hands. Social distancing. Enjoy the movies. Thank you. Bye.